Welcome to Drinks with Coke.
Fuck what a nigga say and how a hoe feel. Less niggas, most grill, niggas broke still. Sold stream, sold dope, sold pills. Half the city thought a nigga had a whole deal. I'm from Finkel Avenue, niggas got...
Yo, what's going on? It's Thomas L. Harris, a.k.a. Coach, and you are on a new episode of Drinks with Coach. And today, I got the most beautiful, the diva, the amazing, the super, ooper, duper talented Miss Foxx, a.k.a. Elizabeth Foxx. What's going on, Foxx?
Hi.
I'm glad you're here.
What's up, Coach?
I can't call it. Yeah, thank you. You know, see, we done started off already. Look at that.
Hey.
We done went halfway through a bottle.
A little listen.
Yeah.
Prosecco does the body good
Oh,
sometimes.
yeah, I think it's getting me right now.
Definitely.
No, so check it out. So I always give flowers, you know, in the beginning. And I got to give you your flowers, right? Because I remember when you first started, right? When we took the class, when you took the class. And, you know, I remember seeing you there and then your growth and then where you're at today.
Yeah.
I got to give it up. You're doing it.
Thank you. And I have to return. I just want to say before we start, I did start with you. And no matter near or far, you and Moolah definitely will always be my mentors, no matter where I go. And I love you guys.
Let's take a moment, y'all. Okay. All right, cool. Let's get a drink in. How about that? Let's toast.
Yeah, let's do it.
Toast to that.
Let's toast.
Yes. All right, let's get to it, Fox. You know how we do. We ain't gonna waste no time. So,
Not at all.
where does Foxx come from?
So that's a really good question. I come from Wayne and Felicia. That's my parents' name.
Shout out.
Hi,
shout
parents.
Out. Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Love my parents. They've been together for 30 plus years. So, you know.
Okay, give it up for that. Gotta give
You
it up for that.
know. So, but yeah, I grew up, you know, with both parents, just really humble beginnings. You know, my dad took care of all of us. He was, you know, the breadwinner. My mom stayed home and she took care of her kids, myself and my sister. So, you know, it was great. I had a wonderful childhood. I always tell everybody.
Well, that was my next question. How was your childhood?
It was amazing.
In your childhood, were you like an entertainer? Were you like the personality of the family?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've always been the personality in the family. Yes, I was definitely an entertainer. I just always remember, like, I did everything. Like, I wrote books. I practiced interviewing in the mirror. Like, I practiced holding awards, but I didn't know where I was going to end up. I just knew I always wanted to do something.
So it was like, it was just natural for you. It was just in you somewhere.
I think so. I've always been a creative.
Okay.
I've always been a creative.
What point did you start getting into the arts? Like, at what age?
So when I was younger, I thought I was a dancer. Like
ballet? No, I know you mean like ballet, or you mean like hip hop dance?
Street. You know, I used to tear it down, baby. Okay.
You was in it like
I was like, #1 talent show winner, all of that. I was the captain of the step team in high school.
So what was your specialty in the dancing? Was you like the flipper who could do all the flips? Was you like the one that could? Which one was you?
I was the one Walk It Out was out, baby. The Walk It Out, the lean with the rock with it, you know, throw it up, catch it. I was all of that. The hip rolling, basement hip rolling. Remember basement parties?
I do remember the basement parties. I do. But unfortunately, I had 2 left shoes, so I was the guy always in the party like.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You should have threw that shirt in that mouth, baby, and dropped them hips.
No.
I'm telling you.
No. I wasn't gonna do that. So
threw that shirt in that mouth, baby. Mm-hmm.
Detroit is a very, very unique city, right?
Is. Mm-hmm.
Why is that to you? I mean, you grew up here your whole life. So what is it that makes you Detroit so unique from other cities?
We're a really big melting pot. We have people from all over. Detroit is like the mecca of everything. Fashion, music, now film. So, and a lot of people started here. Like, even when you go back to, like, obviously, you know, we're the Motor City. People came here, Black people came here to start their lives. Like, so we're still here and we're thriving more than ever. Yeah. So I love Detroit. Detroit is me. I am Detroit. Forever.
I mean, like you said, the big migration from the South, where the auto industry opened up in the Midwest.
Yeah.
You know, so most people here in Detroit, their roots go back somewhere in the South. You know, mine's in Mississippi and Tennessee. So, but yeah, I agree. It's a big melting pot, and it's crazy you said that. You know, musically, Motown was everything here.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's so much talent came out of here from Motown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and now, like you said, the movie industry is now taking off. Before you were doing acting, you were actually modeling, right?
Yeah, I did a little modeling. I did. Yeah.
What's that like?
It was cool. It was what it was.
Yeah.
I was always like, tall and slinky, so I was like, sure, modeling, let's try it.
So you had to do the voguing and all that? Like, is that
not voguing.
Okay.
Just photo shoots. I did a lot of photo shoots.
Okay.
And I did do like runway for a little bit.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was what it was, It was
just wasn't something. Did you like it though?
At the time, I liked it. At the time, I thought I liked it. At the time, it was cool. It was fun. It was just fun, So, but I think it prepared me from where I'm at, like right now.
Oh, okay. In what way? What you mean? Like
just being in front of the camera, facials, body language.
Okay.
So when you think about it, modeling is a form of acting.
It is. Silently.
So
in a way.
Yeah, in a way. In a way.
When did you start your acting career?
2019. Officially 2019, I started acting. So I came to you.
She did.
Yeah, indeed.
What why? What pushed you to go? Like what said I need to go at?
Like I said, growing up, it was always something I think that was in the back of my mind. I knew I wanted to entertain. I didn't know what it looked like though. I knew I couldn't sing. Can't sing at all. I wish I could. The dancing, it was cute, but modeling didn't work out. So I was like, well, the only thing I really haven't tried is acting, right? And I always loved film, movies. I've always loved actors and all of that stuff. So I was like, you know what? Let me try. And I bring the drama, honey. So I was like,
oh, you do.
Just bring the drama.
You do. Every time. Every time.
Right. Every time.
Who was your favorite actor growing up? Or actress?
Growing up? Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
Who did I really look at growing up? I'm drawing such a blank right now. I mean, the greats, Angela Bassett was always somebody. Sure. You know what movie I loved so much growing up that I used to watch every single day?
What?
The American Dream.
Oh.
Jackson's biopic.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
I think that was my real introduction to Angela Bassett. I know that movie line for line.
Yeah.
Still to this day.
That movie was like, what, 6 hours? 7?
Yeah.
It was like 6 or 7 hours?
Yeah, it was very long. It was a very long movie.
I really, that movie, I can't lie, that movie is, that,
good.
I remember that and The Temptations kind of came out, because that was when they were making those long, like, biopics, but they were like 3-part series type of films.
Yeah.
And I remember the Jackson 5 movie was a very good movie.
One.
Yeah, it was.
Still the one to this day.
It was. And Angela Bassett, shout out to her. She's one of my favorites.
Shout out. It's my birthday twin. We're born on the same day at 16.
Oh, shout out.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out. She's one of the greats for sure.
Yes.
Is it hard for you acting in this industry? In the independent industry?
What do you mean?
So is it hard, like, just going on sets and, the experience, levels are different. You get on some sets, it's extremely low. Some sets it's extremely high. Working with different companies, just in general, is it hard?
It can be taxing sometimes. It can be taxing, but I think what keeps the fire burning is the passion that I have for the art of acting. Like at the end of the day, that's what I'm here to do. No matter what the set looks like, no matter who I'm working with, I'm here to act, and that's what I love to do. So at the end of the day, when the product is complete and I know I did my best, that's the biggest reward. But yeah, it can be taxing for sure.
How do you deal with going on maybe a set and it's some first timers? Because you get a lot of that in this industry. You get a lot of first timers who, they're trying their hardest. They just don't know.
Yeah.
How do you deal with that? In that. Because I know it can be probably tough. It
can be tough. It can definitely be tough. But I always remember where I started. I was new at one point. It was so many things I didn't know. So many things I was trying to figure out and maneuver through. So I tried to, show sympathy, in that space, in that situation. And yeah, that's all I can really do is just try to get through it.
Do you think that Do you think in this industry, women aren't respected for their talents as much as men?
It's different. If we're being honest, it's different. You know, women, it's difficult for women, and that's any industry now. Whether it's film, whether it's music, whether it's corporate. You know, women are always kind of seen. We have to work a little bit harder, you know, for people to see us and to notice us. You know, especially in such a male-dominated field, which most fields are very male-dominated.
Yeah.
So it's definitely different. It's different. We do have to work a little harder.
How do you, when you say you have to work a little harder, does that frustrate you or bother you, or does that it's just something that, you know, it comes with the territory, or is it something that needs, like, what do you feel?
It can be frustrating sometimes. Yeah. It can be frustrating because it's just like, I'm here. Hey, it's me. Yeah. I'm working hard. I did more than him, you know. But sometimes, you know, you just have to remember who you are, and the goal is always to win the room. So as long as I go in and do what I need to do, and the rest will speak for itself. So
how do you do that? How do you get your respect when you're on set?
I think it starts the minute that I walk through the door. It's about presentation, from how I look that day, to my mood that day, to how I interact with every person around me, to coming in prepared or not prepared.
Right.
Just all of that. It's a whole entire package. I think people respect you more when you bring everything to the table. So I try to do that.
Because I know a lot of times we hear a lot of times that, you know, people are labeled hard to work with, right? Do you feel like when someone like yourself demands that respect or commands it, that you get labeled hard to work with?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably so.
How do you feel? How does that feel?
I feel as long as I am treating everybody with respect, that's all I can do. Yeah. And the rest is however you perceive me is how you perceive me. Yeah. I'm just always going to be respectful. Yeah. That's the most important thing to me.
No, it is. No, I think that you know, leading with respect is definitely key. You know, and it's tough. I mean, it's tough for, you know, a lot of people in the industry, because if you do speak up for yourself, or if you do command certain things, you know, sometimes those labels can get on you, and it's tough to get them off. But, you know, I think it's important to make sure your voice is heard. I think it's important to make sure you stand on your morals and what you believe. And I know you've done that since day one, no matter what. So I just, for anybody out there that's coming up, what advice would you give them coming in?
Like I said earlier, win the room first and foremost. And treat everybody with respect, and, you know, don't settle for anything. Yeah. Anything that makes you uncomfortable, anything you don't want to do, anything that you don't stand for, because you're not going to be able to pull that off. If I go into a situation and I know I'm not comfortable with something, it's going to show on screen. So why put yourself in that situation when you want to be your best and you want to be seen at your best? So do your best, show people respect, and, you know, stand on business.
Stand on business.
Stand on business.
Do you think that a lot of the acting in our industry, in the independent film industry, do you think a lot of the good acting is overshadowed with so much not as experienced actors in these films, so not as good films? Do you think it's overshadowed? Do you think a lot of these people are washed away because it's so much films and so many new actors coming in every day? Do you think a lot of it's overshadowed?
Like, good acting is overshadowed? Yes and no. I think it's two sides to it. Okay. I think, yes, it can be overshadowed if there's just too much going on, too much chaos, too much nonsense, right? But real recognize real at the end of the day. So if you the truth, you the truth. Okay. And you gonna show no matter what. That's just what it is.
Real recognize real.
Real recognize real, baby.
What is it about? Let me ask you this. Do you, because, you know, we hear it all the time. I know I do. You're a Tubi actor. How does that make you feel?
I'm an actor, right? Tubi is the platform, which has been very great to all of us, right?
Sure.
So shout out to Tubi. I appreciate Tubi, but I'm an actor. Why am I an actor? Because I worked to get here. I studied to get here. You know, Tubi, I didn't learn acting from Tubi. It's just a platform. So I'm an actor.
Right.
So, yeah.
It's funny because I felt in the beginning I used to be like, "Why they call me Tubi actor?" Now I don't feel that way. Now I you know, it's just a label that was made because that's what they watch it on. If this was solely on Amazon, they'd be like, "Hey, that's the Amazon actor." So I don't really look at it that way anymore. But I understand exactly what you're coming from too. It's like, "Man, I'm an actor. I'm just an actor. But it's understandable because I think that the one thing I'm grateful for is they're even watching it.
No, so facts.
I'm super grateful that you're even watching it, right?
You learn to embrace it. I mean, at this point,
for sure.
You know, when I'm out, they like, "Oh my God, I watch you on Tubi." I'm like, "Yeah, girl, what's up?" You know, so
it is. What is something that you wish you could have did differently in one of your previous films, like in one of your beginning stages? What do you wish you knew that you know now?
It's a lot. Okay, it's a laundry list. Because when I started, baby, it was rough. I mean, you saw it. You saw it.
It's rough for everybody. When I started, it was rough.
It was rough, right? I think less is more.
Okay.
Less is more. What else? It's a lot of things. I don't know. Less is more. Confidence is key.
Yes.
If you are not confident, it's gonna show.
Yes.
If you don't know your character, it's gonna show.
Yeah.
If you have no intention behind your lines, it's gonna show.
Yes.
Like, it's all going to show.
Yeah.
Like, you really, when you are acting, you have to know who you are and what you are here to do. Yeah. And if you don't, it's gonna come. It's not gonna come across the best on screen.
Yeah. Well, you know that, and I always say, you've heard me say this a million times. The actor's worst enemy is his own self. Especially in your own head.
Absolutely.
You know, and actors, a lot of actors when we first start, all of us when we first start, lack confidence. Yeah. But like you just said, confidence is key in, you know, putting on a good performance, having the confidence knowing, and part of that is being prepared. So 100% agree with all of that. Yeah. So we were fortunate enough, I was at least, able to see your brand skyrocket, right? So I seen it skyrocket. You know, one of your breakout roles was Quita on Mcgraw Ave. One of your amazing job. You know, you killed season 2, season 3. You think season 2 was wild? Shh. Watch Quita in season 3. She getting live. 3. We gonna hold that when y'all see it. It's coming out soon. A Lawnmower Man was another role that, you know, you got a lot of notoriety from. How are you handling that, your brand? Because it's growing fast, and I'm just proud to see it. I'm so excited for you. How do you handle that brand? It's moving so fast.
You just gotta dive in head first. Yeah. That's all you can do. Yeah. It is moving fast. It has moved very fast. Yeah. Like, I feel like even when I first started, right straight out of, you know, class, I got roles right away. So everything has been very fast paced for me. So I don't know. I'm just blessed. I just dive into it. I embrace it, and you know. It just is what it is.
And it's crazy because learning, you know, I had to learn this on my own, you know, because when I went to school for acting, you know, they don't teach you this. They just teach you acting. Right. Like, you don't learn anything about the business, the brand, you just learn acting. Yeah. And what I had to learn when I started, my brand started to grow, you got to do a lot of things to protect your brand. You know, every film's not a good film for you. Every party's not a good party for you. Every, you know, it's so many things now that you have to think about having a brand. Do those things cross your table, your mind when you know?
For sure. Definitely. Yeah. You know, I've had to, you know, walk away from certain situations because I'm like, well, this might not match the brand.
Right.
You know, just everything. Like, you have to think about those things because one wrong move could, like, put you in a bad spot, you know? And so, you do have to be conscious of that.
Toast to your brand.
Toast to my brand.
Toast to your brand.
Big Foxy, baby.
Yes. The one. The
not biggest. The little one.
Okay, so Tina and Lori, right? That was the first film. Shout out to Dwan Ford.
Shout out to Dwan Ford.
Shout out to Connor Strong. And everybody else has something to do with that. That was your first lead, right? Coming out of class, right?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was I just
not the not the nervous
I just remember we were so excited. I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my god, look at this!" It was me and Carr together, so it was a big deal. It was huge. That film, believe it or not, is like a cult classic.
Yeah,
people loved that movie,
Tina and
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like people still talk about it to this day.
It was, and it was a young movie.
You know, it was.
Yeah.
It was cute.
Yeah.
I like it.
I remember watching it like, oh, look at them. Look at my baby.
Oh, look.
Because we went to the premiere. I remember we went to the premiere. We saw it. I was like, oh, look at my baby.
Yes.
Proud dad moment.
God. Proud dad.
Proud actor dad moment. Let me say that.
Yeah, for sure.
But after that, it kind of felt like your confidence went up. I seen it. Like I seen after that drop, I could see a change in your confidence. Even how you came when you started coming on set, doing your stuff. Like I could see like, oh, she's got the confidence is there now.
No, for sure.
Is that one of the things that helped your confidence skyrocket? Is just that film or? I
think so. That was definitely one of the breakout films. I feel like for me because so many people actually loved it. I was super nervous about it because I was like, it was just It was a lot going on.
Well, I mean, it's your first film too,
right?
So,
it was my first film. It was a lot going on.
Yeah.
I wasn't too sure what I was doing really, but I knew going back to confidence. I knew I had to be confident though. I was like, you know what? Whatever this is, I'm gonna just go for it. And it seemed to work. So,
and you know, the crazy part is, usually when we just go for it, it's right. It's when we second guess.
Yeah.
And start thinking too much, it's wrong.
Exactly.
Right? So how does Liz deal with all the things that come with, you know, being one of the bigger stars in this industry? The negative comments or the hate or the, you know, how do you deal with that?
I don't. It's just simple. I don't deal with it.
Damn.
I don't. I really don't. Because when you just online reading all the horrible things that people say, it's like, then you start getting in your head and you can start believing those things. Then boom, there goes the confidence.
For sure.
You cannot. I just don't. It is. People if you're great, they're going to say something. If you're not, they're going to say something. They're going to always say something. You can't make everybody happy. So it is what it is.
I mean, they're going to talk about you if you're good. They're going to talk about you. And what does it matter? Just do it, right?
All publicity is good publicity, too.
So they say.
I think so. If they talking, you're doing something right.
Okay.
Period. Good or bad.
What do you think in your own, from what you've seen in the industry and things like that, what do you think is missing in the acting in these films? As far as from an acting standpoint, what do you think is missing?
From an acting standpoint?
Yeah. When you watch other actors or you watch the acting of other films, what is missing?
That's a really good question. Dynamics of it all. I think a lot of times, and it's not so much the fault of the actor all the time, but I think a lot of times people just kind of do what they see, what they've seen somebody else do, right? And what I try to do is I try to bring something new to every single role that I do. And I think sometimes, especially for newer actors, when you're first starting, you just kind of do like, oh, okay, I saw Thomas do that, or I saw Liz do that, or I saw this person. So it's like, it starts to feel the same. I just think, you know, that just dynamic, just being different.
How important do you believe training is?
I think it's very important. I think it's very important because that's a very loaded question.
It's a loaded question.
It is a loaded question.
What?
Because it boils down to what are you doing it for? Because everyone's not acting for the art of acting, right? So if you're here, if you're here
If you're to get fame, or money, or
whatever, you know. So there's definitely levels to that.
Yeah.
But if you're here for the art, very important. Training is very important because the best athletes, they train.
Yeah.
You know, and the best musicians, they train. Like they rehearse. So acting's no different.
Yeah. Yeah, I think training is probably if you're not on set filming, you should be training. Whether that's reading a script, watching plays, watching films, breaking films down, going to workshops. I mean, you got an acting coach. I mean, whatever it is, you should be training.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you're gonna get better.
Exactly.
There's no other way. You getting
Right.
on set. It's like when you're on set filming, that's like you're in the game playing. But you got to practice. You got to get better.
You have to.
You have to.
Because a lot of time on set, as an actor, you're kind of on your own.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes it's just like, okay, action, and then you do your part, and it's like, okay, cut, okay, moving on. And it's like, wait. So if you didn't nail it, that comes from training, though. That comes from,
how important has that been in your career and the success for your stuff?
Very important. Yeah. Extremely important. I remember when I first started, that's all I wanted to do was just grow, get better, grow, get better.
Yeah.
It was books. It was breaking down scenes. It was script analysis. It was character building. It was watching film, studying film. It was going to YouTube University, looking at other stuff. It's a lot to it. It was people watching. Me, Chris Collins, DeCarla Strong.
Yeah. We
used to people watch back in the day. Y'all remember. And still to this day, like that is a really good tool as an actor. So all of that was very important to me.
I mean, there's billions of people in the world and none of them are the same. So
exactly.
Of course.
I'm telling you.
The Dirty A. Let's talk about it. Congrats.
Thank you.
Congrats. Shout out to Lisa Brown. That's my girl.
Shout out to Lisa Brown.
She's dope. We love her. I mean,
yes.
Shout out to the Dirty A.
Love you, LB.
Yes, for sure. Let's get a toast to that. Good.
Toast to the Dirty A. Yeah.
All right. All right. So, talk to me about it. Y'all shot that in Atlanta, correct?
We did.
Okay.
Yep.
You shot it in Atlanta. Okay. What was that like?
It was different. It was in a good way though.
Yeah.
It was actually my first time. A lot of my acting, peers have went out of town and done things I never have. So this was my first time being somewhere else filming.
Okay.
So that was an experience for sure. I also think, working with the cast members I've never met before. I think we all get really comfortable with working with people that we know. So it's like working with brand new people. Yeah. It was great. And shout out to the Dirty A cast. They are awesome. They're awesome. So it was great. It was a great experience.
If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on Tubi right now.
Right now.
Big Liz is in it. Shout out to LB. Go check it out, the Dirty A.
The Dirty A.
Do you think actors are super underpaid in this industry?
God, that is a loaded question.
What's loaded about it? Do you think they're underpaid?
I think everybody's purpose is different. It just depends on what you're here to do. Are you here to build your resume? Are you here to get your reel done? It's just so many things that go into that specific question about pay, but I understand both sides.
Yeah.
I've grown to learn both sides, right? You have a production, they have a budget, and the budget is the budget, right? But it's not, for me personally, it's not all about, it's never been about money, right? So yeah, it is what it is. Listen.
What do you think actors should be paid what they believe they deserve or more because of just their acting skills, or is there other components to that?
There's a lot of components to that. There's a lot of components because I think sometimes us as actors can get caught up in the fame, the stardom, the popularity. But going back to what we just talked about, if you're not keeping up with your craft, your skill, I mean, it's like, do you think you should be getting paid that amount for, you know, so it depends, you know, if you're bringing everything to the table, you dynamic actor, you know, you got everything going, professionalism. So it's just so many things that go into a rate.
Okay.
For me.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
2025. What's in store for Big Foxx?
Great question.
Well, we know Mcgraw season 3. That's
Mcgraw
for sure.
season 3. Mcgraw is it coming out in 2025?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What is it? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Big facts.
Bet it
sure.
up. Yeah. Mcgraw season 3. Yay. Yeah. Just me. I just want to continue to grow, whatever that looks like. You know. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see. So 2025, we shall see.
We shall see. Yes. Just keep up with me.
Yes.
We'll see.
Okay, so now y'all know what time it is. Come on, man. We about to get into this. Stand on that, okay? Stand on it. So,
Stand on that.
Like I told you earlier, I'm going to ask you a question, and you answer it, and then your last thing you'll say is, I stand on it. Okay? You ready? You got to be honest now.
I think so. Hold on
Okay.
1 second.
All right. Uh-oh.
Pause.
Okay. I'm going to let you get one. You got to answer the question.
I'm a little nervous. Okay. I'm ready.
Are you the best actress in the industry?
In our industry? No. And I stand on that.
Okay.
I'm not the best. Nah. I stand on that.
Okay. All right. Do you think you have the biggest impact or influence on other actors or people in this industry?
The biggest impact or influence in this industry? No. And I stand on that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Who can Liz Foxx be fucked with?
No. And I stand on that.
And I'm standing with you.
No.
All right. Well, if you're second, then who's first?
That's a great question. Sheesh. Thomas L. Harris.
Oh, okay. I'm going to drink to that one.
And I stand on that.
And I stand on that too, goddammit. All right. Well, that brings me to my next question then. Who is the best director in the industry? I'm going to stand on that one too, goddammit. Yeah.
Thomas L. Harris, for sure. And the reason, can I get some context?
Yes, go ahead. You could, yeah.
Actor directors are very important. And I think people don't understand that it's a completely different experience. When you're getting direction from an actor, somebody who understands you as an actor, it's just different.
It's different.
It's different. So, yeah.
I think I'm an actor's director. I definitely am.
You are.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Okay.
Most of the time. The vibe is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, before it's all said and over or done with, Liz Foxx has to do what? Or do what with him?
Before it's all said and done. Sheesh. That's a good one. Liz Foxx. Before it's all said and done, Liz Foxx has to make her mark.
Okay. That's cool.
Mark. That's it.
And what?
That's it. Just make her mark.
And you stand on that.
And I stand on that.
Yeah, because you didn't give me my stand on with the best director, but we're going to skip over to that.
I did. You missed it.
Oh, did? I probably taking a drink. I missed it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hey, check it out, y'all. I appreciate y'all joining us today on another episode of Drinks with Coach. I want to thank my beautiful, amazing, talented friend, Liz Foxx,
Yes.
Big Liz, Elizabeth, whatever you want to call her. Just don't call her the little one, okay?
Never
Check it out. Liz, from us to you, we'd like to give you these because you know we love you. Come on now.
Aw, thank you. I love flowers. Y'all know the way to a girl's heart.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
We do. Hey, check us out, man. See y'all on the next Drinks with Coach episode. I don't know when it's dropping. Probably next week, next month. I don't know. Just make sure you tune in, all right? See y'all later, please.
See ya. Wow.
I'm from Mcgraw, 5 mile to be exact.